searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light has just come. We must never stop the way. Birds chirping and I hear my name. Grass is green and so alive. Life is happy but it's so insane. We must merely make a strive. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a walk. Savannah. Lion's gone and come. The birds have just begun. Yeah, yeah. We will always take a stand for the people, for the land. Let's go back to when we were young. For the animals we stand. Let's go back to when trees were swung. Kids across the land. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a walk. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world.
Hey, we are the Porch Bois podcast. I am John, and I'm joined by my two half-retarded co-hosts, Seawall and Mijjt. So, go grab yourself a drink and settle in. Welcome to our porch. Gentlemen, how are you?
Well, for one, I'm not half retarded. I'm a third retarded and another sixth autistic. Get it right.
My apologies, of course.
Amateur.
Yeah, I was just trying to keep things simple, but yeah, we can go into little numbers and stuff. Hence the autistic part, I suppose.
Well, I'm also a weeb, so. Oh, there
Was
he
that
is.
a midget?
Yes.
All right, yes.
I'd like to say I'm maybe mostly retarded because I only just figured out what I was doing wrong.
Did you mute yourself on the mic?
No, it was a myriad of different issues that I really wasn't able to handle very well without, hearing back from you guys.
Right, naturally. So yeah, for those who obviously you guys don't know, right before we started going live, Mijjt decided to fuck with his mic.
No,
So
I
it was
decided
fun for
last
quite a
week
while.
that I would fuck with my mic, and I didn't actually test it beforehand. I just tried it. It did require some settings changes, but I got it figured out.
All right. Well, with that, we should get into our show. What do you guys think? We've already got High Leaf is already in the chat.
Oh yeah, he brought his
talking
quad
about
20.
rolling up. Yeah, he
brought
brought his quad 20 half track.
Yeah, we gotta get that
he
AA,
says,
guys. Gotta get that AA.
For
says
real,
he
they're
bought
coming
us
with
some
drones
s'mores,
and
too.
shit.
Ooh.
What we
nice.
need is E300, high resolution radars to track those, very small drones.
Now, do you think that the quad 20 millimeters could fire marshmallows from them? That could be kind of
I
cool.
mean, they could shoot them, sure, but you probably wouldn't want to eat them.
I mean, don't tell me what to do.
Well, John,
Maybe
you
I
will
will.
become governable and you will like it.
No,
Not a fan.
not a fan. Yeah, I am ungovernable.
In fact, I think that's kind of what one of our topics tonight is going to be.
Oh, yeah. That.
It's
Well,
just, it's,
Which one? Which one? Because there's a couple.
no, I did want to talk to you guys about some of this nonsense, but I'm sure we'll flow gracefully into it, right? 'Cause
Right.
that's what we're here to
right.
do.
Yep, but before we get into that, I'm thinking we should get a nice little appetizer of a couple of fun little memes.
Yeah, sure. Let's whet our appetite.
Yep. So first meme of the day. Masks are totally about health, guys. Am I right? Totally about health.
Yeah. Hey, she's got a mask on. She's invincible at the moment. And then, of course, yes, that ass on some, I don't know, what are those? Like,
Some pretty nice
can't-
cuts of beef, for sure.
I can tell they're
every
definitely
day-
beef.
Every day the price on that stuff goes up.
Yeah. I mean, I've kind of kept an eye on it here in Texas. It isn't going up too quickly, but it has gone up a little bit. But we're also a beef producer, so
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah.
It's more local to you, so I imagine it's cheaper. I don't know. I don't know if that actually is how that works, but
Yeah,
not having to haul it as
yeah,
far.
exactly. Also, you tend to get better cuts if you're in a producer state versus a consumer state.
True.
So,
Well,
Wonder
enjoy
where
living
Florida
in
would
Texas.
rank
but moving right along,
Florida is definitely the best state.
Oh, for sure.
Florida is definitely the best state.
There are
Absolutely.
moments where I kind of wish that. Well, okay, here, crazy idea. We combine the governor of Florida with Texas, and that'll make the ultimate state.
No, you still have Austin.
Yeah, but then we'd have to go to Texas, and like
Yeah,
that
that's
sucks.
right.
D-
That
don't
sucks.
worry, don't worry. We already have a contingency for Austin. I can't get too much into it, but we have a plan.
I should hope so.
But kind of
That-
speaking of possible plans and all that fun jazz, I guess soldiers never change, just like war never changes.
Yep, that's right.
That one's out there for
War
you,
never
Jay.
changes, just the weapons. That's right, just the weapons.
But I have to say this: a 1942 U.S. soldier versus modern soldier, I'd probably take him because he's got bigger pee-pee energy. You can tell by the picture here.
Oh yeah, I mean, he needs a dude to hold it up for him. Whereas the other one just kind of like, here, I'll help you out.
Yeah.
Like he's sitting on his ass. The other dude's got to stand up and like hold this thing. Yeah. Definitely big PP energy back in 1942.
Well, what's next?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, a bit of a preview of one of the stories. Apparently, Harris is making a tour in the
isn't
Southeast.
she? Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Right.
She's making
She's
a
all
tour
like,
and she's staying there extra long.
Oh yeah.
so like, you guys got girlfriend Vietnam? I love you wrong time.
$5.
Yeah. $5. No, both you $5. Yeah,
Well,
like,
I
that's such
think
a great scene.
I think we all know the scene with Monster, as he's walking away.
Oh
with
yeah.
her. Yes, indeed. Well,
Yeah,
let's
like-
move on from there and get
So,
into
brother, Tubuku. That's right.
UN, just fucking take the vaccine, please. You're ruining everything.
Nay.
Hey. Did you know that like the Poison Control Center in Mississippi had a whole 7 phone calls, and a whole one of those people, full 15% of those people, 1 out of 7 had to go to the hospital. 1 out of 6, really.
For what? For ivermectin?
Yeah,
Or
for
ivermectin?
ivermectin,
Yeah.
from horse paste ingestion.
Yeah.
Lame.
I love it. I love it.
See, it's
We
not
are
even
not
as good
medical
as.
professionals before Susan
Of course not.
Wojcicki
No.
No,
kicks
but
us off.
But I think we can all agree you shouldn't consume medications meant for animals that weigh several times your weight.
That's definitely true.
We should all agree
Have
that
However,
There's-
to be fair, most animal medicine, like animal medicine and human medicine, like a Venn diagram, could be almost a circle. I mean, it's pretty close. There's a lot of things that
the
kind of.
trick is dosage. The
but-
trick is dosage.
Of course, yeah, of course.
Now we're not medical
Yeah.
professionals.
No,
We
Yeah.
offer no medical advice.
Yeah, no medical
We don't
advice.
encourage anyone take any
No.
medicine whatsoever.
Yeah.
Ever.
That's
Yeah.
You should
ever.
speak with your. You should speak with your what was it? What's the term? Your general
Your
practitioner, your
Yeah.
family doctor,
physician.
It's someone with proper medical background that you have
But-
who knows your medical history.
But if you must, if the CVS just won't fill out your
Midget, don't make me get the
prescription,
lithium. Don't make me get the lithium out.
it's what Seawall said. It's about dosage. Make sure you measure your body weight.
Damn it! I didn't think I'd have to use this. We have to use this. Midget, look at this picture.
Uh-oh.
Oh
no. Oh, no.
Boy. You
Super
can't get me
spicy.
going on that.
Yeah,
Midget.
dude.
Contain yourself.
Didn't terrorists share that meme, Seawall?
did,
That's pretty
yes.
edgy, Seawall.
Well, that
Yeah,
meme's
I'm
been
not
around
sure.
for a
We, of
while
course-
now.
We of course condemn any
Oh,
and
yeah.
all terrorism,
Look,
especially those against
Naturally.
you know.
do you want to know my personal opinion on the Taliban?
Go ahead. Yeah,
They're
sure.
pedos that chased after little girls, whereas the Afghan
Yeah.
government was pedos that chased after little boys. I don't
gonna
see
say,
a
yeah, they're
difference. I don't see a
I
difference.
see what
Right.
your point is. I see what you did
Yeah.
there.
I don't. There are no heroes in this story at all.
No, of course not.
There are no heroes. But the memes have been edgy.
Yes, the memes have been spot on.
But now we've left the memes and we're going straight into 1984.
Well, are we ready to get here yet, or I thought we were about to talk some trash about things and stuff? Our buddy High Leaf was sharing a sentiment that I think I wanted to get into myself this evening. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we should do that before we get into the news stuff.
Okay, no problem.
let's
I'll
put
go
the
back to the
brakes a
first
little
meme
bit,
just because
man.
I think it's the
Yeah.
funniest of them.
I don't know. I think we see enough of that in TV.
Okay,
and
we'll go with the
stuff
wholesome
today.
soldier meme.
Yeah,
We'll go with the
there we
wholesome
go.
soldier.
Wholesome. Yes.
There you are. That's
Hashtag wholesome.
that's how we do.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I was actually referring to what High Leaf was getting into in the chat, and it is something that's been going on a lot recently. You know, I'm sure those of us among you who don't get down with the science juice really get into it now and then with people, and it really does seem like a waste of time. Trust me, it is. It really is. But
Mhm.
sometimes those people are your family members. Sometimes they're your good friends. And they all speak, don't they, with like supposedly your best interest at heart. But really, they're not even listening to what it is you have to say to them.
Right.
You know, and in our Discord, I was having this discussion with some of you guys about it, that you know, there are real grievances, and when people don't feel like they're being listened to, things get hot, things get testy. You get my January 6th.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah,
and that,
you know-
and January 6th, to put it in very simple terms that hopefully won't get us in trouble on YouTube, January 6th was not the worst thing that has ever happened in the Capitol.
All right,
Dude,
well, at least we can
okay.
agree safely on that on the air.
Oh, dude, I don't think there was
Susan.
like. I wish it was half the insurrection they thought it is.
Oh, wouldn't that be spicy?
Yeah.
I
Oof,
think you and
oof.
I think our. Why don't you bring up our porch background again?
Yeah.
Because I think that's what the world would probably look like a lot faster.
You're talking about this one?
Yeah, where we're all comfy and talking.
Yeah,
shit
we're a little
on the
bit further
porch.
apart. We're just kind of hanging out by the fire, you know,
Yes.
By the
cooking
fire,
some weenies,
yeah.
I guess.
Oh, some marshmallows are highly brought.
I'm not much of a marshmallow guy, to be honest.
Well, I
All right,
actually
you.
bring it up. YouTube just deleted Hi Lisa message.
Oh, did it? What did he say? I didn't see
Yeah,
it.
he wants to die on this hill, but
No.
that's the thing,
YouTube
though.
won't let
Like,
him.
yeah, that's right. Uh, in my particular case, I'm not gonna put anyone on blast, but in my particular case, it was my dad, and like this recent FDA non-approval thing has really like just moved those goalposts. Like, of course, back in the day, I argued that it not being approved was one of my, points of skepticism on it.
Right.
And now everybody, aren't they? All the NPCs have gotten the update, and now it's, so you can bet that the first thing I got this morning was an email from him talking about how the latest one has been, railroaded, by a friendly executive. Um, so, of course, I should make an appointment right away because that was my only contention, despite having shared, 5 uh,
Right.
medical journal articles and, news stories here and there, and doing the common sense he raised me to do and accused me of lacking, and here I am trying to figure out head from tails based on well understood information
Well,
that's
I mean,
from disparate sources, and there he is talking about trust my experts, use your common sense,
well,
and trust my experts. Like,
what was
come
it?
on.
1 in 3, and this is public knowledge. It's been reported by CNN. So calm down, Susan. Take your finger off the button. CNN reported this about what 3, 4, 5 years ago. That 1 in 3 FDA-approved medications have issues with them that weren't caught in testing. 1 in 3, and that's under a normal process that takes what 2, 3, 4, 5 years.
Yeah. I mean,
we're
hey, you
talking
guys.
about an approval that happened in 18 months. It's an approval that happened in less than 18 months, less than half the time. Not only that, but I thought the previous laws and rules for approving vaccines was 12 years of testing were needed minimum. Because
I don't know, but
yeah,
Regardless, when this conversation's first started, it's been ongoing for a while. At least I'm lucky enough that I can maintain an otherwise normal relationship with him. It's just this one sticking point of contention. He won't let go. He won't let me be.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, like, of course, that alone is not enough, and I've given him reason why I should be skeptical. But I don't even waste my time anymore at this point, and I've even told him I'm just replying with image macros, do, and
Yeah.
just, I
Just
can't.
memeing at your dad.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, obviously he's paying that much attention to what it is I'm telling him anyway.
Right.
So why bother? And that's the sort of people that we're dealing with here, is they're not listening. They're not listening to anything you have to say. They don't care. Their conclusion is foregone. Like, it's not worth having this conversation with people. Just move past it, any way you can. In this case, I can maintain an otherwise normal relationship, but I just gotta deflect it.
Yeah.
I gotta do away with it.
look, if we can get heavy into the tinfoil of the FDA, but some things that we can point towards, though they are older. Did you guys hear some of the horror stories from when the FDA approved of birth control?
No, I haven't.
Apparently, there were women that were dropping dead from it. There were women that became infertile. There were cases of cancer years later. And the FDA, in the end, straight up said, yeah, we were politically pressured to approve of this medication.
All right, you will have a look at not only that, but the Sackler family, like we discussed last week.
Yeah.
Everyone,
Oh, yeah.
and educate yourselves.
Yeah.
It's not our job to educate you. We're just
Google
here to talk
it.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
And
We're
the thing
just here to
is,
talk shit.
the thing is, to all those out there saying, "Oh, you know, you're COVID deniers," no. We are people that do try to follow the scientific method. We're also historians.
I trust the science.
Yeah. And the problem is the FDA has a piss poor record when it comes to rushing medications. Medicine as an entire science has had God knows how many hoaxes that were touted by the experts, men who should have known better. I think it was tuberculosis. There was a medication that was developed by this guy. He was the German Louis Pasteur, and in the end, the reason why the thing didn't do as well as it claimed, and it caused other issues. And in the end, the reason why he pushed it forward and was so risky about it because he wanted, he was mad that Louis Pasteur got an institute and he didn't. Experts are human too, people.
Right.
They aren't above.
Well,
they aren't above petty politics. They aren't above.
In fact, they have to. Like, you
yeah.
talk about any kind of scientist, like, especially at a level where they're, creating vaccines for things, they're lobbying for grant money. They're, they're just as susceptible to corruption as anyone else.
Yeah. And the issue that we're concerned about. It's not. Look, I don't think any of us are opposed to those that are in the high risk category for COVID. Would any of you tell them don't get the vaccine if they're high risk for COVID and their doctor recommends it?
No, I wouldn't do that at all. I would just say,
talk with your doctor.
It's my own. It's my own choice.
Assess your risk.
Yeah,
we are all relatively young. What, late 20s, roughly, early 30s?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah, but in that window, that's one of the low risk categories. We're not stupidly unhealthy, and we don't have respiratory conditions. We're in the low risk category. I personally leave my house maybe once or twice a week at this point.
Oh my God. Oh Lord.
I used to leave my house 3 times a week.
You are.
I was a shut-in.
Oh yeah, you are.
I was a
full-blown tendies mode.
For sure. Well, the thing is, most of my interaction is with buddies online anyway.
Yeah. I suppose, but you touch grass.
Yes, I touch grass, my own backyard. I mow my backyard on the weekends, hang out a bit outside there on Friday nights. Not always, but on some Friday nights, I'll go outside, pour myself a whiskey, and smoke a cigar.
Hell yeah.
On your porch, that's right. That's how it
on
works.
My porch. I have a porch. And at some point, I'm hoping that John can come and visit me on my actual porch. And we can hang out and be bros.
We should absolutely, at one point, we should do the Porch Bois live in studio where all 3 of us are in one place.
Yeah.
That would be fucking cool.
Oh, yeah. I've got, if one of you brings a laptop, we'll have enough. Because I've got my own laptop one of you can use.
Yeah, I've got one.
Yep.
I mean, I'd bring mine anyway.
Well, all right. Speaking of people who, don't listen to scientific grievances of people who feel like they're not being listened to, and that boiling over into rage, sometimes your police state uses the police and the military to make sure you stay in your house, right, for your safety. Right, because that's how Western liberal democracies work.
And remember, okay, hold on. Not entirely true. This is Australia, after all. They're just reverting to their prison colony roots.
Yeah, that was actually a point that was made by, I don't want to say Sargon, but the Lotus Eaters podcast earlier today and yesterday, I think. They actually had someone in Australia, a professional Australian, was on their podcast. I forget what her name was.
How could I miss that episode? I'm gonna have to catch up on it.
Yeah, for sure, because she was talking about something very important about Australians' mindset and how it's completely different than the West, and that it was a common saying that they're the descendants of they're descendants of convicts, but they're also descendants of their jailers. So they have a very they don't care about rights. Well, it's more that they don't care about rights. Everything is done democratically, so rights don't matter, just the majority opinion, and that's actually how they think.
Shit.
Yeah, so for people to say like, "Oh, well, we should do it like Australia does it," and she was warning. She's like, "There's a reason why I live here," meaning the UK now. She's like, "There's a reason I live here now."
That's better.
Well, yeah,
It's
because
really
if the UK tried this shit, every single soccer club would put aside their differences.
every
Every
All of
football
them.
hooligan.
Every
Yeah.
Northman.
Every
And-
soccer hooligan would be one team. They would be one team, one group.
Yeah.
Every Northman in the land would ride down from the mountains
right.
and
That's
besiege. Aren't the Scots doing similar things? They're besieging like some
Yep.
castle.
But
That's
we,
fucking
Are they?
idiots in.
Are they? 'Cause
Absolutely.
Well,
that doesn't
apparently
sound-
there was some
doesn't
sort
sound very
of
Scottish in the
claim
modern day,
of,
at
like,
least.
No, for real.
apparently there was
they're
like
such-
20 Scots that wanted to do something really weird. They wanted to go to a castle and basically somehow use a provision in the Magna Carta to undo the COVID stuff. Apparently they were trying from a castle. They were trying to sneak into a
dude.
castle.
Well, see, that's
yeah.
the thing is precedent is
Right,
huge
that's right,
in
dude.
UK law.
common.
So
Well, here's the
by
problem.
Common law.
invoking the Magna Carta and
It doesn't
doing
work.
it the same
Magna
way
Carta
that the original
isn't
was
law.
done.
Magna Carta isn't law in the
It's
UK.
not. No, it's not law.
Oh, you're
But it's
talking
precedent.
cultural
So
precedent.
if they,
Got it, yeah.
yeah. So if they did it again the same way that the Magna Carta was instituted, that could actually have a big impact.
But the problem is the politicians are in London, and the people in
Well,
London
of
will
course.
protect them. But we have a video from the land down under.
And they're pretty good at stabbing over there in London, I hear.
So here's some Aussies getting a little bit spicy with the cops.
And there you go. We had some protesters.
Yeah, they're getting
there trying to
spiced,
break
all right.
through the police line.
Yeah, they
We've
are.
got mounted police also trying to stop the demonstration from going ahead. So if you remember,
I can't believe
similar
people still use
pictures
horses.
A month ago when
Oh,
there
sure,
were,
they're super useful.
similar
Absolutely.
Oh, actually, yeah, they are.
lockdown protests.
Much harder to knock
I'm
over.
sure they are. It's
It's
just
much
weird.
harder to knock
In
over.
Melbourne, in
They can
Brisbane
force their way through a
as
crowd much
well.
more easily, and
Look
they're
at him!
intimidating.
Look at him go! Look at him go!
Yep. Let me mute it, and we'll keep it on repeat for a little while.
Yeah,
Yeah,
look at
just
him
we
They
can-
go!
don't even have like
man.
they don't even have barding. They don't have barding on their horses though. Imagine
No.
imagine the
It
horse
is.
getting pepper sprayed. Oh my god, the thing is gonna
Yeah.
buck and go crazy. Oh, are you kidding me? Do they or do they train them? Do they actually pepper spray the
Oh,
horses to get them
Jesus.
ready for this kind of situation?
Yeah.
What's the contingency plan? If you're go to spray, the wind takes it.
I think you're giving your overlords too much credit, dude. These people really are incompetent.
Well, not only that, but remember, horses are
Yeah.
normally deployed as the front line of riot. Front line of
course
riot
not.
is a bunch. You see
No,
a bunch
but
of these
you're-
guys. They have the horses
Yeah, you
back
get a
there.
shield wall.
Yeah,
There's
the
not
horses
enough
are for
guys there.
yeah.
There's not enough guys stopping there
Oh,
to
yeah.
stop that crowd. What are they thinking?
Yeah.
This is insane. What a waste of police resources. Why aren't they rounding up criminal gangs? Why aren't they?
Because these people are easier to arrest.
It's that
when they're all
anarcho tyranny again. Yeah, they'll crack down on the law-abiding citizen and let the criminal run wild.
We have another
Sure.
angle as well, or another video
Nice. Yeah, let's get some more Aussie.
on the ground. Some on the ground footage.
Aussie.
Yep. Look at those Kiwis go, guys. Look at those Kiwis go.
Well, those aren't Kiwis, right? They're Aussies.
That's right.
I
dude.
use the term interchangeably to piss off the Kiwis and Aussies.
Oh, don't
That's
do
horrible.
that, man.
Yeah, I would. Yeah,
You
'cause
know
I
what?
wouldn't want someone to confuse
These
me with a
Aussies,
Canadian.
these
That's not cool.
Aussies are pretty base, so they'll earn the Aussie title for today. But just today.
Yeah, they are pretty based.
Let's have a
Pretty
look
based
at what's
Aussies.
going on.
Oh, they're in front of some sort of Harry Potter thing. Less based. Less
Of
based.
course.
Way less based.
What is all this? Oh, bear mace.
Yeah.
I see. Well, again, look at all these people who are not having it. Why would... I just don't understand why, as a police officer, you would put yourself in that situation. Why would you say this is okay for me to do for the
Well,
sake of
look
a
at these
paycheck?
cops. People say, "Oh, American cops are out of weight, overweight and out of shape." Look at these Aussie cops.
That's not even what I'm talking about, dude. What I'm
They're
talking
demoralized.
about is
The cops are demoralized.
I
They're
don't
they're just
understand
cashing a paycheck, man. That's all they're doing at this point.
I just don't see how that's a compelling enough reason. I just don't see it.
Well, it's
I
one of
can't put myself in that mindset. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, if that's where you're standing in those yellow vests with your bear mace against all these people who just want to go about their freaking lives, how could you be comfortable going home and saying, "Yeah, sure, I'm in the right"?
I
Yeah,
mean,
it's everyone else who is wrong.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what was it? I mean, it's a little bit of extremely spicy involving January 6th, but there's a theory out there. You know how there haven't been, to our knowledge, any cops after Antifa demonstrations that have
Jeez.
self-terminated. Let's go with that.
Yeah, there,
Oh,
But there
yeah.
were
quite a
4 or
few
5 cops from January 6th.
self forever sleeps.
Yep,
Yeah.
self forever sleep.
There's a theory that maybe that was what, the straw that broke the camel's back, the orders they were given that day, whatever they were.
I don't know about how that would
Yeah,
play
I
a
don't
role.
know. Yeah, that doesn't seem
It's
like
it's a
that.
theory, but the thing is, it's the only difference people can really.
What's
think
it
of.
based? Yeah, but what's it
Yeah.
based on? It's not based on anything that we can
Anything
see.
really?
Like,
Yeah.
We wouldn't know.
Yep.
Right. I don't know if any of you guys looked into this.
Yeah.
did
I
not.
This is
haven't, yeah.
seems to be like the only source I could find for this story. But due to its nature, it just sounds a little wild. I'm not sure if anyone else has seen this or would want to look into it. Is there any way we can confirm that like there was a
Yeah.
mass youth vaccination in Australia? We're not from there.
Well, I'm sorry. There's a certain word on the screen. I think it's
Yeah.
best not to hit that play button. But
Probably
Yeah.
for now, but we'll post that for later.
yeah.
But there it is.
But
It's-
here is
yeah,
one from
on the screen.
Bloomberg, a mainstream news source. I think we can all agree.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're a trade magazine.
Yeah.
They're quite respected.
See, this is kind of shit that pisses me off, though. When they say use science as if it's some kind of like entity.
Science
God,
is a
yeah.
tool.
Yeah, let's take a
Science is a
moment to revel in that, because it's something you see a lot, isn't it, John? It's, for God's
Right.
sake,
Science says, or according to science.
according
like,
and one like shit post that I shared with you guys where we're talking about we need our soldiers to trust the science to move forward into the future, right? Like these freaking euphemisms, man.
yeah.
It is.
I mean,
Science is
this
not
is an old
like
this is an
the
old
science.
conspiracy theory, but you guys have heard of Gulf War syndrome?
No.
Give us the brief.
Yeah.
You know how a lot of
QRD,
soldiers,
man.
you know how a lot of soldiers got really fucked up after Gulf One,
Sure.
mentally, as well as cancers, other things. One of the things that was blamed, but they claimed it wasn't, was the anthrax vaccine, which was
yeah.
also rushed through FDA approval.
Anthrax was a big fucking deal in
Yeah.
in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. It made a comeback every 4 years or so when Dick Cheney there for a while needed something from somebody. You would see anthrax pop up in the news again. A key politician or bureaucrat would receive a mysterious envelope
With white powder in it.
with white powder in it, right? And that was every couple of years or so when Dick Cheney needed someone to do something that they might otherwise not have been willing to do.
But yeah, it's one of those things, guys. Science, I think we all agree, science is awesome, but it isn't a savior. It isn't an entity that will save us on its own.
It's not even.
It is a
what I
tool
mean.
we, humanity, can use to overcome problems.
Oh Lord.
That's the
Well,
best.
I'm just saying, dude. Like
Yeah.
this euphemism of science.
Yeah.
Of science as some sort of, as John puts it, entity.
It's
as
not entity, it's a
opposed
tool.
to a
It's a
method.
tool, right? Yeah.
It's a method
Well,
by which, and that's the one that I'm using in my conversations with my dad. Is I'm using as best I can the scientific method, using several sources. I'm trying not to get my sources all in one place, and using that to form conclusions, based on what makes sense to me. And that seems to me like the best way to learn, and it always has been, in my opinion. to encounter information that you're curious about, take it in, process it, and compare it to the other information you're getting and processing, and then make your conclusion. Have your opinion based on the information to which you have exposed yourself. A lot of people won't even expose themselves to science, like as it's done, by the people who do it in their words. They can't be arsed. They can't be bothered to take the time and stress to explore this information.
I actually have a term for this type of science. I call it the cult of science, because it isn't acting like a logical if then else system. It's acting more like a religion.
Yeah, of course.
Scientism.
Yeah, scientism. Yes, scientism or the cult of science is what I prefer.
So, I mean, I, for one, am really sick of it. Yeah, science can't keep up. Like, you need to trust science. Or Anthony Fauci saying attacks on me are attacks on science. Like,
yeah, exactly.
What an arrogant cunt.
Didn't priests and cardinals say that during the Black Death?
Yeah, of course. Not even just during the Black Death, but in general, right? Like,
attacks on me or attacks on God himself.
In Catholicism, the Pope speaks directly to God and on behalf of God. So even that's where papal infallibility came into play. Was that anything that the Pope said was automatically gospel, much like whatever Fauci says is automatically gospel. Right? He is the Pope of a new religion.
Indeed. He's the Pope of Branch Covidianism.
Yeah,
he's
the
fascist dictator of all the little
the fascist dictator.
Yeah,
that's right.
And look,
Massacre babies. That's a good one.
And the thing that I worry about is, God forbid, I think we're all hoping that this vaccine is perfect and fine, and any long-term effects are either minor or very rare. I think we're all hoping that, because if they came up, because the thing is also I know.
My loved ones and friends have decided to take the jab. I'm sure hoping that they don't,
right,
start dropping like flies
in a mass extermination. I mean,
not
saying that I believe it. I'm just saying, hey, things are weird.
My parents and brother have. My parents for sure I know have gotten it. And I believe my brother's gotten it, and I really hope to God I'm not standing across from 3 beds.
Let's not be so dramatic. Yeah. I'm sure it won't be that bad. Besides, from what I've seen, there are lots of ways to mitigate the effects of that spike protein there.
But is there a permanent cure?
I mean, hey, to that, I really can't speak. I'm not a doctor. We are not healthcare professionals.
Yeah.
Speak to your personal care physician.
Yeah, exactly.
About the science.
Moving right along.
You trust the science. We didn't even look at that last article.
Well, we kind of chatted about it.
I know, but don't you think it has something worthwhile to say?
Yep. Anecdotes tell us what the data can't. Vaccinated people appear to be getting coronavirus at a surprisingly high rate, but exactly how often isn't clear, nor is it clear how likely they are to spread the virus to others. I think there were some articles recently saying that the viral load of those with the vaccine is almost identical to unvaccinated. So theoretically,
more.
I haven't heard that. I'm not going to call fake news on that one, but I haven't heard that. And now there's a growing concern that the vaccinated people may be more vulnerable to serious illness than previously thought.
Who said that? Bloomberg? I thought you said that 3 weeks ago, Seawall. I thought that was a conspiracy 3 weeks ago about, what did you call it? Yeah. Antibody-dependent enhancement?
I mean, at this point, conspiracy theorists are just weeks ahead.
Weeks ahead of the curve.
Yeah. And if that it's called AID, the condition's called AID, and
ADE.
I call it AID for short. ADE.
Right. There's only one. Not the other one where there's multiple.
Yeah. And it's one of the things I'm saying, look, if anyone's curious about it, do your research. I have a layman's understanding of it, and that's not saying a whole lot, because it's a very complex condition. But my understanding of it, and this is the freaky part about it, is what will happen is, you'll be fine for a couple of variants, but then the next variant after whatever the number is different enough that but similar enough that it triggers your body to release the antibodies it used before, and suppress your body's normal reaction. Getting horribly sick to try to force it out. But because it's just suppressing that means more damage can be done, increasing your chance of serious illness or death. Meaning that possibly the vaccinated, because of how fast COVID is mutating, could potentially become more vulnerable. And there's also a possibility if it keeps mutating like this that they might not even be able to release a booster that'll protect people fast enough. That, you guys know the trolley cart problem, right?
Yeah.
Well, the trolley cart problem in this one was there was 2 tracks. One track, we roughly knew how many we would lose, with some unknown down the track. But we pulled the lever and the trolley went into a tunnel. We have no idea what it's going down. And the pulling the lever, in my opinion, is going down the mass vaccination route. You're sent the trolley down a path you have no idea. It could, unfortunately, it could be, a couple people get run over, and it's at the end of the day, statistically, it's not horrible. Or it could be that things going straight into a stadium full of people. And we're
are we still live after all that?
Looks like it, yeah.
Yeah, I think
All
we're
right,
small enough.
Good. Okay,
Yeah.
I think we dodged that.
Yeah, we're
all right.
microscopic, dude.
Yeah,
Less
we're
than microscopic.
Yeah. But it's one of those things that we are not trying to push a conspiracy. We are trying to push a possible and maybe even
Seawall. Seawall. What we're trying to do is push the gathering. We're encourage the gathering of all of this information. Understand not only the mechanics and the principles at play, but also the materials with which you're working. Understand your basic human biology, a basic grasp of human biology and antibody and microbiology, which you can teach yourself. All of these materials are at your disposal. You just have to expose yourself to them, and you have to be honest when you encounter them with yourself. You have to acquire new information without bias, and then assimilate it as appropriate, and get rid of what's not meaningful. And in my experience, a lot of the mainstream articles are very meaningless. They have a lot of words, but very little meaningful information, and very little weight in my in the forming of my opinions. This Bloomberg article is, as you can see, pretty extensive.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't look all the way into it, but this is probably worth a look. It's archived if you want to find it. So definitely get an idea of what the mainstream is willing to tell you. Okay, Bloomberg is mainstream trade. This is basically a dog whistle for the direction in which the establishment is allowed to go.
And
if it's in
this
Bloomberg,
last line is, I would say, somewhat worrying. It is generally the case that we have to make public health decisions based on imperfect data, Frieden said. But there is just a lot we don't know.
Well, yes, in summation, yes, thank you, Doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean,
Dr. Obvious.
Yeah. And kind of jumping to the next thing. I don't know how reliable this news source is.
I think what's interesting about this article is that it seems to point to data that doesn't directly say what this article is claiming, but data that supports the claim.
Yeah.
Where we have these various sources of
I would be
data
very
being
careful with
pointed
this
to.
article.
Yeah.
Yeah, this article I'd be very careful with. I'm looking at this. They're dropping kind of the gene therapy, which it's a stretch to call the mRNA vaccines true gene therapy and not just using certain gene mechanics.
Right.
Because to my knowledge, the mRNA vaccine doesn't modify the DNA of individuals.
But hey, according to what I've seen, this it does
Spike
does
1
affect the
proteins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
S1
Yeah, the
will
S1
affect the
the S1
mRNA.
the S1 proteins are
No,
starting to show up, I believe
the
Oh.
they'll affect the mitochondria while they're
Yeah.
in the cell, and that mRNA message seems to, from some sources I've seen, seems to modify the shape and function of mitochondria, thus reducing their efficiency.
That's bad. I mean, that means that this would be passed on to children.
Well, there you go. So I mean, hey, worth a look. Like I said, it's pointing to sources that don't directly say what the article is claiming, but I believe they're like lists of deaths posted, hosted, that is, on government sources for various countries and localities.
Whether you trust if those numbers are accurate or not is up to you.
Right. I mean, obviously, certain governments, well, maybe not even obviously, certain governments have different motivations.
Yeah.
And this whole thing has been really politicized, and that's really tiresome, in my opinion.
Hey,
That's
like your avatar.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why it's my avatar, because I'm tired of it. It's so tiresome. Nobody's interested in the truth. Everyone's interested in like being performatively correct, winning. Uh it's just so tiresome.
But to kind of get away from this minefield of a topic,
Yeah, please,
Yeah.
let's move on.
that
before
we
get
didn't even
kicked
use
off
the
air.
metal detector on, we just fucking yeeted ourselves through it.
And jumped into it headlong.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I love this particular article. So here we have, Memory TV, Middle Eastern, what is it? Media Reporting Institute. They basically keep an eye on stuff related to specifically like television media in the Middle East. It's pretty spicy stuff. They report to translate exactly what's being aired, but how well do you trust memory? So they do a pretty good job. They're fairly reputable, and they wanted to write an article. So what they did is they went to various different platforms where my white Supremes are known to gather, because they've all been kicked off the mainstream platforms by noble, righteous protectors of truth and decency. So they chase them to their dark corners where they gather in their shadows and slither about as the snakes they are. And so Memory needed an article, and what they did was they went around to these various different dark corners and dank
I see a
hovels.
certain dark corner that
That's right. There's
yeah.
various dark corners. There's Telegram, there's Gab, all of those white Supreme web pages.
Looks like we
And
got
then
one of the image boards.
yeah.
Probably 4chan, to be honest.
Oh, was
No,
it?
Fortune. No,
Come on now. Well, if something
4chan is a-
interesting about those
4chan is a good
4chan
Christian website.
posts,
Yeah, I
okay.
mean, they're completely anonymous. There's almost everything stripped out of them.
completely anonymous, everything's stripped out of them. All of the, post information ID and all the IDs and all the reply numbers. God, that's so strange.
Dude,
So
you know what?
it's so weird that like all of these various social media platforms, kind of played host to this sort of same, kind of, glorification posts, and then got all these replies. Only like the first or second reply, as a matter of fact, was shared in this article, in the screenshots from the Chans.
Mhm.
That's only the first two replies of that thread. Interesting.
Yeah,
You
right.
say this article
Yeah.
was posted a day after this thread? Golly,
Yeah,
that's
there's only ever
really-
two.
Yeah,
I mean,
that-
can you find a post on 4chan that has two replies to it?
oh
There's
Lord.
not many.
Yeah.
Just It's what a coincidence.
Yeah.
So strange.
But this one, look, let's say I know individuals in those circles. Let's go with that. Or at very least, hypothetically, that listen to these circles. Let's go that route. And sure, hypothetically, some of the guys are laughing their ass off, but they also don't like the new current leaders of Afghanistan. They don't like any people in that region of the world at all.
Sure.
They're just laughing at the chaos. And you guys want to know the dastardly plan of these white supremacists?
Oh Lord, I heard it was to sit back and watch it all burn.
Exactly. That is their plan.
Oh,
they're not They're just
That's why they're
off to the side.
dangerous.
They're so
how dare they don't want to die in a sand pit?
How dare they not? How dare we not go stand up? Yeah. Thank you. I'm sorry, John, for speaking over you. How dare we not, though, want to go and put our lives on the line for blue cities that permit rioting and looting and burning and murder? How dare we not put it on the line for them?
Yep.
Well, I wondered, did you bring up the archive of this this particular post?
Oh yeah, I've got it all here.
Oh yeah. Okay. No, I mean the Four Plebs archive.
Four Plebs.
No, I'm not going to that while on YouTube.
All right. Yeah, you're right.
No,
it's
the
not.
archive
but from one
is
quote unquote
like an
extremist
offsite
community.
archive though.
No, yeah, there's an outside archive, and I posted the link to that particular thread that I used as proof of my completely implausible, baseless
totally
theory.
Baseless.
But, to move from one quote-unquote extremist community to another extremist community, I went undercover in the incel community to try to understand men like Jake Davison.
Oh,
okay,
Lord.
so is there? So let me ask you guys, because I would have no idea. Is there actually like an incel? Like, do people actually like identify themselves as incels and like make that part of their personality?
The incel
as far as I'm aware, that's
to the
just
best
what
of my knowledge is an outgrowth of the MGTOW movement. But they're the outgrowth of the MGTOW movement that don't seek the self-improvement and the trying to make themselves happy. They're basically
they just want to cry.
You guys know how the SJWs, they don't improve themselves and just blame everyone else. The incels are quote unquote the MGTOW version of that.
Right.
That's what they are. They
right,
are.
I've only ever seen it. I've only ever seen it as like an insult on Twitter or some shit. People would be like, "Oh, you're an incel" or some shit. So I don't know.
And individuals like that.
Have you ever seen the people flinging that insult?
Right. I mean, of course.
It's projection at least half the time. It's projection.
Oh, if only it was only half the time. I wish it was only half the time.
Yeah, they wish it was only
and
half
also,
the time.
I mean, again, more tinfoil, but I kind of have this feeling that the incel movement is a bit of an astroturf. Basically, it's black propaganda.
Yeah, I was gonna say
that it was created because the thing is, a lot of the MGTOW, especially the right-wing MGTOW, they bring up legitimate points, and not only that, but some of them are like, "Look, your quote-unquote feminism movement is making you unhappy."
Yeah.
Obviously, following the path I went down may not be the best for you, but try some self-improvement. Try other things.
Some self-reflection.
Some self-improvement, like I have.
Yeah.
And some men are like, look, I'm happy with that woman. Funnily enough, there are MGTOW that are married and have kids. It's weird.
That is weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never got into any of those circles.
I was in the MRM circles for a while, men's rights movement.
Oh right, yeah.
Karen Strom back in the day, kind of around Gamergate.
But see, that actually made sense though. The MRM actually made sense because there are legitimate grievances that they were bringing up, especially with like divorce rates and
but the problem with that
custody
movement
battles
was
and stuff like that.
The pickup artists were lumped in because the thing is the MGTOW got lumped in, but it made sense because they were pointing out the same things. They were likely allies. It's just the MGTOW are like, look, I'm burned out on women, but I'll still fight for men.
Yeah.
So they didn't care about the female folk, but the pickup artists were lumped in and made the movement look stupid.
Well, they were also around at the peak of online feminism back in like 2014, 2013, 2014, around then.
Yeah.
So, like, since the feminists had the power at the time on the internet, they just completely wrecked that movement just through sheer propaganda. Where they just didn't have an ability to fight back, really, unless you were actively looking for it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but the problem is the
Well,
pickup artist
Karen
movement.
Strand.
Yeah.
Karen Strand is cool. So let's get into this
Sure.
article.
Okay. Here we go. I hope the women of Plymouth collectively take some responsibility for this. This was the shocking response of one man online after the tragic Thursday evening when Jake Davison, 22,
God, man.
massacred 5 victims in the city before taking his own
We'll
life.
work on
Yeah,
this.
we'll work on
work
that.
on it. So, I mean, that's that guy from UK, right? With his legal gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was checked on not too long beforehand, right? And everyone, I'm not sure what's going on in the UK with that regard. I mean, there's a lot of these articles coming out. That's why I shared it, because everyone's trying to get in on the incel thing. Why don't you scroll down? I think she posted some screenshots worth looking at. There's our guy, and she drones on and on about how, women are fantastic and, men are completely delusional for expecting.
Oh, there's Elliot Rodger.
Oh,
Of course.
the supreme gentleman. Let's see. And of course, body bags, cause clicks.
Yeah.
Right,
Look,
but I'm sorry, she didn't seem to share any of her own Twitter tweets. The author of this article had some great ratios on her timeline, as I'm sure you can imagine. Once word of this goofy article got out, quite a few Groiper avatars, had their say.
Yep.
Dude, Groypers are so cringe. Oh my god.
I know of the movement. Isn't it kind of vaguely right wing?
Well,
yeah, it's vaguely like I don't
was
know
just
too much about them.
to
Yeah, I
the,
just know when I see
the
them, they're fucking cringe.
avatars.
Got it.
Well,
I mean, I hate to be that guy, guys, but we're kind of at the almost 1 hour mark, and I think we're
move
getting
on.
depressed.
A lot of time.
Yeah. And I think we need something to make us laugh a little bit. Cuomo's dog,
Agreed.
Captain, left at mansion after governor departed.
Why are we laughing at that though?
Yeah,
That's not cool.
That's not cool, dude. You don't leave the dog behind. Like that tells a lot about a man's character.
What a
yeah.
retard.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
at least
what
they
are you
didn't do
gonna
the
do?
Australian method.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Well,
can't
so-
we can't call it ATFing a dog anymore. We got to call it Aussieing a dog, I guess. Now.
Right. So I mean, I have questions about this. Like, do they not? I mean, does he not have like staff at the mansion or whatever that's taking care of the dog? And he's gonna pick it up the next day or some shit, like, or is he just like saying, "No, you guys keep the dog. It's your problem now."
Okay, let me read the article. Albany.
Yeah.
Governor Andrew Cuomo, who has been staying with one of his sisters in Westchester County. Wait, he doesn't even own his own house somewhere?
I'm sure he does.
Yeah. In Westchester County, in the final days of his third term, recently has asked staff members at the executive mansion if anyone would like to keep his dog, Captain, who has remained at the state-owned residence after the governor moved out last week.
Yeah, see, he left
Oh,
it
so
there
he's
and
trying to give the dog away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
That's really shitty.
Yeah. 2 state police sources told the Times Union on Saturday, that the governor had recently asked mansion staff members if anyone would be interested in caring for the dog Captain, a high-strung mix of Shepherd, Siberian, and Malamute.
Malamute, yes, indeed.
Has nipped a few people since Cuomo adopted him in 2018.
In
What dog doesn't do
2018?
Yeah, the sources.
So he's only had it for like 2.5 years.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Sources
this
said,
guy's such a prick.
Yeah. And a mansion staffer recently took the dog home for a few days, but decided he was too much.
Oh Lord. Yep. Now you see why he's doing away with it too.
Yeah.
What a tool. It's like you said, he can't bring it to his sister's place.
Yep.
What is he doing? Crashing on the couch? What a retard! God damn, these people are incompetent. Why do we let them lead us? I just don't understand. We should be like those blokes in Australia, I think
Hey,
it's
hey,
New
hey, hey,
South
hey, hey,
Wales.
hey, hey, hey. That might
Well,
inspire another January 6th, which was one of the worst attacks on our democracy in American history.
oh yeah, you're right. It's super dangerous for our democracy.
Yeah.
Yeah, if only
Yeah,
I want to put this picture up that I just sent you,
yeah.
just as like a
Golly.
kind of a reference, to
Imagine
nothing in
being
particular.
those fucking cops.
Yeah, nothing in particular. Just wanted to share. I hope
Yep.
no one realizes anything, but
Yep.
perhaps a difference in numbers.
So yeah. But guys, would you like to see some news from a few weeks in the future?
Yeah, absolutely.
See what the
Let's
bee
do it.
has to say.
Tired of being president, Biden hangs Trump won sign out of the White House.
God, dude,
That's
we
funny.
are all on our way there, man. We're on our way there. We really are.
Yeah.
Dude walked out after being 2 hours late to his own press conference.
And it being
Walked
rescheduled,
right
what,
out.
3
Oh,
times?
God, walked right out of it in a hurry. Like,
Yeah,
who is not keen to this by now? I just don't understand. Like, my own grandmother is so soft on it. Oh my lord,
wow.
it's people who limit themselves to a few sources of simple, seemingly trustworthy information, and
Yeah,
they gobble up the spin. They have no other way of looking at things, and they don't even try. Well, you know what? It does take effort. It takes time. It takes energy. You got to be stressed out realizing that what most of what you're being told is lies. That's a pretty black pill to swallow. A lot of people
yeah.
don't
That's a
handle that very well,
It leads to an
more
and
like a
existential
black
crisis.
suppository.
It
yeah,
leads to an existential
absolutely.
crisis. But the problem is, the longer you deny it, the bigger the black pill is going to be. We're at what, suppository
Yeah.
size, you said?
Yeah.
Jeez, yeah.
What's next? Horse suppository?
Artillery,
Oh, artillery.
artilleries.
Yeah, artillery pill.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
But another
not-
another thing that apparently the UN is going to declare soon. Kabul airport now ranked world's second most dangerous behind Chicago O'Hare.
Dude, O'Hare sucks balls. I've flown into there a bunch of times. O'Hare
That's
is
so
fucking
funny.
So, guys,
garbage.
would you rather try to fly out of Kabul airport right now, or fly through O'Hare at any point, even at its best
Oh,
day?
dude, I want to fly out of Kabul. Yeah, not into. That would be fucking shitty. But yeah,
Yeah, I
out of
don't think
Kabul
we'd
for
be
sure.
welcomed with open
No,
arms
certainly
at
not.
all. Well,
Certainly not.
I wouldn't mind flying out of Chicago O'Hare either. I tell you that.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I'll
Yeah.
fly out of either.
Oh yeah. You'll fly out of either, but I'm saying fly through Chicago O'Hare.
Yeah,
The
see,
layover isn't too long.
I mean, they have straight up potholes in their. I mean, they don't really have potholes in the
Yeah.
runway, but it's. I mean, it feels like it. God damn it, it feels like it. And then it
Right.
takes like 20 minutes to taxi from the runway to like the to the gate.
But here's a statement from a spokesman. Last week, there were at least 12 shootings outside of Hamid Karzai, a dramatic increase from the previous week, said a spokesman for the WAVC. Of course, that was well behind the 481 shootings near Chicago O'Hare, but enough to put the airport firmly into second place on our list.
Very nice. Yeah, I like their ranking system. I think their data is a little sparse. They might be able to get a little more from Baltimore or something similar.
True
Yeah,
enough.
perhaps.
But next one, this one is interesting. FBA joins DA criminal probe after Colorado County voting machine password leaked online.
Okay, so what is this? I think you shared this one.
Yeah.
What is this one about?
FBI is apparently getting involved in some sort of voter thing.
Okay, so there's a probe ongoing, and
Yeah.
someone leaked
Probe.
information from the probe. Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that what's happening? The what is it? Where is it? California, you said?
Colorado.
Colorado. Okay, so they're in Colorado. There's a probe going on.
Yeah.
Somebody leaked, I guess, a password.
On Telegram.
I see.
Fucking get
Yeah,
wrecked.
oy vey.
Yeah.
Gotta shut that down. So who's doing what sort of investigation here, and what is the significance of this password?
From what I'm kind of skimming through right here, it looks like it's a concern for 2022 midterm elections. Apparently, the password was leaked online, and security equipment was turned off for like a month or two. So they can't confirm chain of custody.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
don't surprise
So-
me too much about chain of custody
Yeah.
failures.
Yeah.
Jesus. Wasn't there a big chain of custody failure reported on today in the California recall?
Oh yeah, what was it? A unconscious felon was found in his car with drugs, a loaded gun, and hundreds of mail-in ballots.
Oh yeah, this fucking guy. Yeah, crazy.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
I mean, we're not saying that anyone's trying to steal the election. It's the most fair and secure election in California's history.
yeah.
Honk. But
Well,
That's the
it's
thing. No. He was just busy. He was just busy fortifying the election. We ought to understand that. He wasn't trying to do
Right.
anything bad. He was fortifying the election.
That's
That's
right.
it.
You know what? And he was working for people whose main interest was the fortification of the election. And you know what? They have networks in place, and they're making changes to laws and procedures, and they're ever so vigilant in their endeavors to make our elections fraud proof. It's the most honk,
Yep.
secure election.
Just completely ignore the fact that the U.S. is the democracy with the lowest score for election integrity in the world at 53,
Oh,
and that was from a few years ago.
Man. You mean we're worse than like
North
freaking
Korea? What?
No.
Sudan?
From things that are considered
the Western
actual
countries.
democracies among Western
Okay, gotcha.
style democracies. So you're including Japan, South Korea,
Yeah, sure.
for the Asian side, Singapore, which is basically
Yeah.
a weird tangent regarding Singapore. They're basically a democratic dictatorship. It's bizarre.
Yeah. It's just like, who do you
Sounds
think should
based.
have ultimate power?
That one party that's been in charge since the first day.
Right.
But kind of scooting along,
Scoot.
just like
Out here scooting.
Biden does when the cameras aren't on. He's scooting across the floor like a dog.
God, man, look at his eyes, man. Jeez. He's barely there. He's so drugged out of his mind. Look, oh man, those eyes.
Biden
dude.
lashes out when reporter asked if he trusts the Taliban.
Well,
As
I mean,
Afghanistan
that's a-
has collapsed and been
Weird.
taken over by the Taliban, Joe Biden has not handled questions very well about his catastrophic decision to withdraw U.S. troops from the region. While speaking from the White House,
framing. Yeah.
Biden was
Yeah.
clearly peeved after a reporter asked him if he trusts the Taliban, since his admin has done essentially nothing to prevent the terrorist organization from taking over Afghanistan and its capital city of Kabul. Do you trust the Taliban? A reporter asked. I don't trust anybody, including you. I love you, but there's
Base.
not a lot of people I trust, Biden said.
That's actually kind of base, though.
I mean,
to be fair.
the sentiment, yeah, but
It was
But yeah,
strange.
if you
Yeah,
put
it's
it
not
into a
something coming
vacuum,
from him.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you put the statement in a
It's not
vacuum,
suspicious.
that's a great statement and a great way to live your life.
Mhm.
What was it? Trust none of what you hear and half of what you see.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, this isn't a vacuum.
Yeah.
It's a reply to a question for which it's not really an appropriate reply.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's not particular. Not that
Well-
it's shocking or offensive. It's just not congruent.
Something else that I
It's
found
not.
hilarious. We don't have the story up, but do you guys hear about that British general that said that someone in the U.S. military should bring up court-martial charges for Biden?
Court martial him.
Yeah, to court-martial him for his piss poor execution.
That's pretty
I
base.
see.
Fun fact: under U.S. law, the president cannot be court-martialed because he's the head of the military. TLDR: that British general was backdoor requesting a coup.
Well, I suppose, but he maybe didn't understand all that.
No. He knows well enough. I guarantee it. He was just doing
Well,
the one
he's
thing.
not.
Yeah.
He's from Bongistan, so
Yeah.
I'll let
True.
him slide. All right, let's move on.
Yeah. Moving on from the Daily Mail. Dramatic
Daily
moment.
Small Hats,
Yeah.
yes.
Yep. No, Daily Mail. That's the Daily Wire.
Oh, Daily Wire, yeah.
Yeah, Daily Mail.
Thing.
Different thing. Dramatic moment.
Different small
Man
hats, yeah,
opens
that's
fire
right.
on Portland Street as Antifa protesters clash with Proud Boys attending right-wing Summer of Love event, condemned as intimidating by the city's mayor Ted Wheeler.
Well, have a look further, just a little below that headline. Wait, no. Just below that headline. Okay, right there, and you'll immediately get the better or more accurate framing here. Is that anti-fascist protesters clashed with white right-wing groups? Why do we characterize it as such? It's because one group had a lawful assembly, and the other group showed up to provoke, including, with weapons. We're
A
at the
right-wing
stage.
Summer of Love event was scheduled to kick off at the waterfront. So
Scheduled to kick off at the waterfront. Okay. And across from it, counter protesters gathered downtown. Now, I shared some of the Reddit cope with you. Maybe we can go through. But from what I understand, it was pretty hands off for the most part.
I have those way over here, but I don't know how well they'll play.
So, but anyway, from what I understand, it was fairly hands off, and you can imagine the framing here and how it's going to be, my right wingers, causing trouble again. And again, it's the law abiding citizens standing up for themselves who gets the boot of the law down on him. Whereas, Antifa melts, into the crowd and is completely tolerated, and DAs let him out early.
Look, do you want to know do you know what my solution would be to get rid of Antifa
helicopters?
for good? No.
Helicopters?
Ungovernable.
No. If you show up in a protest where you cannot be identified immediately, you will be arrested on site as a rioter.
You statist.
And
good
any
luck.
crime
No,
that can
luck.
be attributed to a person in that crowd is attributed to all of them.
That sucks.
You are accomplices to the crime.
How about my solution? Defund the police.
Yeah.
Yeah,
bro.
that's right, dude.
another way
Who's
of doing
standing in the way of law-abiding citizens standing up for themselves? And
I don't know if we're able to go
punks?
through the some of these other articles. I think we're running a little light on time. We're at about an hour 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Give or take.
Yeah. So we got a couple
all
of
right,
different
shall
articles.
we?
So, what do you guys want to do? Because I don't know if the Reddit will play very well.
Golly, do people in our crowd want to watch Reddit cope? And
I do
mine
kind of
some
want to
salt?
see some. I do want to mine some salt.
Okay.
All right, so we have 4 people watching. Let us
Okay.
know.
Fine.
Yeah, let us know if we want to see some. If we want to
I've
mine some
zoomed it
salt
in
from
pretty
Reddit.
far. So would you guys mind reading it? Just let me know when to scroll down.
I cannot. Let me see if I can make it bigger. Full screen. Okay, yeah, I can kind of read it. Yeah. Oh, no, you're good. You're good. Oh my god, you're gonna have to scroll like a lot.
There we go. A couple of them at once.
Yeah. So Portland's bizarre experiment with not policing Proud Boys rampage ends in gunfire. The Intercept, apparently.
Oh yeah, look, the thread's all
Thread's
locked.
been locked. I mean, to be fair, 4chan does that too. The Jennies come by.
Yeah.
So this is a comment. Mayor had the nerve to call Sunday's events a success? ? How warped is this man? I'm disgusted with this group of politicians destroying the city.
No, that's
The
not that.
politicians, they're not destroying, but also they're not destroying the city. They're facilitating the destruction of it. They're not actually the ones destroying it. Mayor Ted Wheeler and Commissioners Dan Ryan and Mingus Maps. Is that somebody's name? For real,
Lord.
Mingus Maps?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
This is Portland.
Still, who names their son or daughter or NB Mingus? I don't
know what? you are acting like a colonizer, and you are
I will
centering,
colonize that ass, Mijjt.
You are centering
don't
your
think I won't.
whiteness in this conversation.
Wait, he's Irish.
Check
He
your
was
privilege.
colonized.
That's right.
All right, let's go to the next one. We need to find some good cope. This isn't cope.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is telling you what's wrong with the issue. Let's see here.
TotalRecallPDX.com. I don't know what that means.
At what point can we
get the FBI? Oh,
Wait,
okay,
didn't Trump do that?
No, he tried to, but they didn't accept Trump stormtroopers. So maybe they'll accept Biden's, I don't know, kid-gloved
Stormtrooper, the kneelers.
Stormtroopers. Yeah.
The kneeling FBI might show up and coddle
Fuck
the
the
children.
FBI so hard. I'm gonna colonize the FBI now. Which is what I'm calling like all sex acts now. Colonization. Colonize that ass. That's right. Let's see. You can quit and start again later.
Oh, good. The
Look at all
pothead says
this
he can totally be a
wall
good
of
cop.
text.
Pothead
Yeah,
says he can be a good
absolutely.
cop. Yeah.
Hotheads
Yeah,
are
I'm
awesome
sure
cops,
he
dude. They
could.
don't care. They're like, unless you really fuck up, they won't care.
Oh, all of this. Let's move to the next one.
Yep, we got a second one right here.
Yeah. If there's no good cope, I mean, why are we?
Yeah, why are
I thought
we?
we had good. I thought we had good cope. Mijjt, this is on you.
Midget, you
imagine.
promised cope. Where's the cope?
Where's the cope?
Where's the meat?
Here we go. Jesus fucking Christ, are you kidding me? It's a success because they moved their event further east. I'd rather they do their bullshit cosplaying soldiers on the waterfront instead of out in residential neighborhoods. How is it acceptable for the citizens of this city to have to live with this bullshit? What bullshit? They're chilling. Just because no one started shooting actual guns until later on doesn't make it any less traumatizing to the people who live around the Kmart and had to witness this nonsense.
Yeah.
What is it? What happened? The fact that the police showed up in full force to beat the shit out of BLM protesters, bullshit, but won't put even the slightest effort into stopping these full-on battles in the street is so telling. Yeah, dude, the police in Portland love when their city gets torn down. That's their favorite. I love Portland so much, but I've thought about leaving the past few weeks. Oh God, no! You stay there. Don't.
We're
gonna come here.
Fucking stay.
You stay there.
Fucking stay.
Yeah, you stay
we
there.
We don't want you.
You
know
want
what?
this.
If you absolutely have to move, you can move to Austin. There are already preparations in the works to contain it. Don't worry, guys.
It's not a good look to send the message. Yeah, no, that's kind of scary. It's not a good look to send the message that people can do whatever they want with impunity. Yeah, dude, that'd be horrible if people were like, gather without issues. I know. How dare they? This bullshit about arresting people after the fact does nothing to deter all of them from doing the same thing again. You need to go in and round everyone up. At the very least, they were all disturbing the peace. No, they were not, dude. That's bullshit.
That's right.
Some more cope.
I mean, but that's actually also legit. Not even commercial property, though. They're not really there for commercial property. They're like, that's the problem with the police, right? Is that they're not there to protect anybody or anything. The Supreme Court has like ruled multiple times, most recently in 2017.
Cops
that the
are not
police
legally
have
required
no
to
duty.
protect you. They have no duty to protect you or your
They
property.
have no duty to protect you whatsoever. Right. So what's the point of them? To protect the people who give them their paycheck, right? Which is, of course, not you, no matter how much you think your taxes matter. Yeah, you don't actually pay for them.
You can see it in Australia. Look at these people. Like willing to stand against
large amount of money for non-police Portland Street Response Unit. What kind of clown shoes outfit are you trying to make there, guys? What is a non-police Portland Street Response Unit going to do if a riot breaks out? Write a strongly worded letter at them?
hand out
That
flowers.
sounds like what Antifa does.
They're gonna kneel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Somehow
not-
just paying Antifa to go out there.
So we got a bit of cope out of that.
A little
A
bit.
little bit.
A little bit. There we go.
Oh my god, I love that shit when they're talking about if you. I guess you already exited out, but at the bottom there was one of them that was like, fuck Ted Wheeler, fuck Proud Boys, fuck fascism. Yeah, there you go, fuck anarchists. So, firstly, the fuck fascism. I mean, I get the fuck anarchists. People don't understand what anarchism is or what it, Anyway, fuck fascism though. I've done this experiment on Twitter a bunch of times now recently. Every time someone's like, accused of someone being a fascist, like my response is always define fascism.
Oh yeah.
And like 90% of the time they ignore me. The other 10% of the time it's some kind of insult about how I'm a fascist and funny how a fascist needs someone to define fascism for them. But it's like,
also,
okay, so you can't.
Let me know if I'm in the ballpark for my definition of fascism. A totalitarian system which is put in kind of three statements. Nothing without the everything within the state, nothing without the state, nothing against the state. Basically, it's a hardcore, centrally controlled central state government.
Yeah,
where anything and everything that is done has to benefit the state in some way.
Right, exactly. It's,
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Economically, okay, that's fine. Yeah.
There we go. Exclusive. The FBI paid leader of satanic pedophile death cult $82,000 to take over Adam Moffin division in order to brainwash, drug, and entrap its young members. I have no idea.
I don't know what a lot of those things are.
Well, I think the main thrust of this one is in accusing the Adam Moffin guy of being on the take.
Yeah.
A lot of these white supremes and stuff, they do
glow in
seem
the dark.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sure. Like I said, there's like 12 of them that are actually that way, and then the rest of them are feds or just made up by journalists.
Well,
to get
again,
clicks.
I allegedly hang out with people that hang out in those circles.
Right.
So
and they're feds.
No, none of them are feds. Again, their position is. Do you want to kind of know what the position of a lot of the real white supremacists is? I want to be left alone to have kids with my white wife. Leave me the fuck alone.
Right, just leave me the fuck alone. Why is that so unreasonable? But that's the problem. Is like the people that we're talking about that are against. Yeah, the problem is that you don't want to. You want to be left alone, and these people cannot leave you alone.
No, they can't.
They're incapable. Their ideology won't let it happen.
Well, they are the fascists. They want a centrally controlled system where everything has to benefit their state ideology.
Naturally.
Right, which is what they don't understand. Because, we're talking about this is what I was trying to say was economically, fascism is the same as socialism, but it drops the lie that the people own the corporations.
Yeah,
because obviously, the government controls what corporations can and can't do.
Elements
under
of
socialism
a system that can be fairly free economically. Like small businesses are generally left alone in a fascistic system just because it's more efficient just to let the small businesses operate.
Right. If you talk
as long as they pay their taxes.
Right. If you talk to a socialist in the modern day who actually knows what they're talking about, again, not like some Twitter rando socialist. I'm talking about like an actual socialist who knows what they're talking about. They'll say that usually the number is like 500. After 500 employees, they have to democratize their business. That's usually what they advocate for. But it's the same thing, right? It's there's still regulations are still coming from on high, regardless of what is voted on in that corporation. So the line between state and corporation is blurred heavily, much like under fascism, which is the merger of state and corporation, economically at least. That's why they're so similar. That's why it's ridiculous to say that So other than culturally, I can kind of get an argument for it being right wing, but no, it is left wing economically, and that it's socialist for the most part.
Let's move on. Yeah. This sucks.
Yeah, but one quick final point: people forget both the mustache man from Germany and Mr. Potato Head from Italy were both socialists before they took over.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. All right, moving on.
Call him. If Larry Elder is elected, life will get harder for Black and Latino Californians.
Oh yeah, so this Larry Elder thing, this is the
Yeah.
media coming after him, trying to associate him with, I mean, Jared Taylor. Why would you be upset to be associated with him? Oh, that's right, because his opinions are little less than, narrative friendly. To be honest, this Larry Elder guy seems to have his head on quite straight, and they're coming after him any type of way that they can because he ticks all the identitarian boxes, but his mindset is not the
Right.
prescribed one. So, prepare yourselves for some pretty strange attacks on his character, because they'll have to play softball with him in a lot of ways. God forbid they be held up to their own standards in their own media. See, that's what they can't withstand. They can discredit anyone calling them hypocrites, but if they have to run their own stories, where, God, there's got to be a point at which people realize that this is all a stupid game.
A quick
I mean,
question.
There is a lot of people do, though. A lot of people do realize that.
Quick question. Weren't the Democrats in charge of California in the 90s? They're referencing three strikes law and anti-immigration Prop 187.
As far as I know,
Weren't those-
they've been in charge of
Yeah.
California since its inception.
No.
Obviously that's
Reagan was a
obviously that's
Republican, and
hyperbolic.
Reagan.
Yeah. Obviously that's hyperbolic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In very modern history, let's say post 80s.
Well,
They've
all
had
right. So my
supermajorities.
point was to point out that there are going to be some very strange attacks against Larry Elder in the next couple of weeks. There, like I said, they're associating him with Jared Taylor because I guess they worked together like over a decade ago. And then like his opinions are, of course, he's interested in family and culture and less taxes and not being up your ass with police.
Oof. 13%
and so like
and 50%.
right, he's
Ooh.
about personal responsibility. He ticks the boxes, all of them except the opinion, and that you're going to see screeching. You're going to see a lot of screeching.
So real quick, California, the governor, actually from 2005 to 2010, which I believe was Arnold Schwarzenegger. Am I mistaken about that? He was the Republican governor.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well,
so
he
the governor
was a
has
rhino.
switched back and forth. Sure, but I'm saying it was, yeah.
But you need to
But
look
it's
at
switched back and forth. But the Senate though, since 1992 at least, has been Democrat fully straight through, and the Assembly has been also Democratic with the exception of 96.
So yeah, it's basically a Democrat-controlled state with the occasional rhino being allowed in to make California claim, "Oh, we're not totally a Democrat supermajority."
Well, they pretty much are though. Yeah, the Senate is completely Democrat. The Assembly, well, again, with the exception of 96, was all Democrat.
Even if Larry Elder becomes the governor, it's not going to change much in California. At best, it'll buy them some more time.
Well, so that's our conclusion there. Let's move on again.
Here we go.
Oh yeah, okay. Andy No, always doing good reporting. I think here we have a comparison.
I know. I heard Andy No was like a fascist and white supremacist and stuff.
Oh well, I think. I see. This is
damn.
the. I wonder if we remember this guy.
Droid. Yeah.
Yeah, this guy was just trying to drive his car, and he encountered this. They pulled him out, and this is what he did. The guy, if you want to replay it, who did the wind-up punt, was recently released.
Oh my god. Yeah, I remember that guy. Oh my god.
Peace Love was recently released early from prison.
Yeah, after 5 months for a 12-month sentence.
Oh, he's twitching too. Like that's not a good sign, dude. When someone
That
starts
is get
twitching.
him to the hospital.
Yeah,
That is stop
immediately. Get him
moving
to the
him
hospital
around.
10 minutes ago.
Stop.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Look, if
Never move him.
this was reversed, those would be attempted murder charges.
Oh, for
Oh,
sure.
yeah,
That
absolutely.
dude, I mean,
But I didn't share it. There's a photo. He hangs out in the right circle. He has the right opinions. He knows the
Yeah.
right people.
yeah,
There's a selfie of him and AOC smiling together.
of course.
Oh,
So
sorry, I was
you can
wrong.
guarantee that
He was released after 12 months into a 20-month sentence.
So you can guarantee
Oh, that's pretty
that
typical, I guess.
he doesn't have to, be held really responsible for anything he does.
He fucked that dude up. That poor
Look at this
bastard,
guy.
dude.
That guy's already injured. Look,
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
guy's
he's
already
already
injured.
fucked up.
He's already
And this
fucked up.
This
Look
dude's
at
doing
him.
like a full-on like football punt. And yeah, this dude's already fucked up. He's already half out of it.
Yeah.
And then bam,
Yeah,
right in the chin, right in the fucking sleepy button.
yeah, and he's out. Look at him. He's already been
Yeah,
hit in the
he's
head
out.
once. He may have
Yeah,
already
of
been suffering
course.
from a concussion
Yeah.
because he looked pretty
It's like,
out of it.
You know, it's the kind of
Look,
damage
he
you
looks
can do.
out of
Right.
it.
He's
Yeah,
definitely dazed.
yeah,
And then bam, right in the chin, dude.
yeah.
Right in the fucking button.
That could kill someone.
Yeah.
Fuck aggravated battery. Fuck assault. Fuck
Straight-
attempted murder. No, he only got a 20-month sentence because him's
Yeah.
a good boy, and
Yeah.
he was on his way to church. He was on his way to church. He was
Yeah.
spreading the word of the Lord.
Yep.
He was out jogging on his way
and
to
here's a
church.
juxtaposition.
Right. And here, on the other hand, thank you for putting it back to back like this.
Of course.
We have Enrico Tario, who just in a moment of emotion grabbed a piece of property and lit it on fire. The piece of property happened to be a flag with a very popular corporate endorsed message, responsible for many peaceful protests and fantastic reforms, and well, anyway, he expressed his displeasure with the church flying such a retarded
Yeah.
piece of rag.
But the thing is, it is wrong. It's their property, and they have a right to fly it.
But I
Sure.
see he got 5 months
Yeah.
in jail for this.
Right.
And,
How many times
I
have we seen like BLM taking an American flag off of a truck or something like that to burn it? I'm just saying, like that happens all the damn time.
What
like
about
that.
the statues that got destroyed? Have we seen any real?
No, not really.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen any either. So just seems a bit strange that people with the wrong opinions end up on the bad side of things, and people with the right opinions tend to get away with stuff.
Yeah, and also these people, you guys have been burning down people's livelihood, or at least people that are supposedly your allies. Because the thing is, they're saying, oh, the community's horribly shaken and psychologically traumatized from burning a flag. How many American flags have you burned in front of veterans that lost their legs?
For real, no respect, no self-reflection. This is
How
retarded.
How many memorials have you vandalized? How many businesses have you
tiresome.
burned down?
That's the more important thing. Yeah.
How many
Businesses,
the thing is,
livelihoods,
people,
lives.
they
Yeah.
have insurance.
Lives.
Most insurance doesn't
No,
cover
bullshit.
riots. Most insurance doesn't
Bullshit,
cover
yeah.
riots.
Not only that, but even if they do, it's never near enough to get their business. Not like they just, I get all that money back,
Well,
everything I
well,
lost,
when-
to get
when
all
the
that back,
business-
and
when your
it's just
business
reopen.
burns down like that, you have to hire
It doesn't
a
fucking happen.
specialized cleanup crew. You have to hire a hazmat team, which is
Yeah,
stupid expensive.
All right. So this shit sucks, dude, and I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think at this point, I'm gonna skip over a couple of these things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we're gonna skip over that. We're gonna go. This one I think is more interesting because it's cropping up again. Kamala Harris's flight delayed after possible anomalous health incident. Harris's trip to Vietnam was delayed by several hours because of a report of a recent possible anomalous health incident. The term is a way the United States government has referred to what is called Havana syndrome,
Well,
Yeah.
all right. I guess there's that getting around. But
Yeah.
honestly, what about these blood clots that pilots are experiencing? Professional pilots who have been in the industry for decades, and suddenly they're experiencing blood clots as a result of quote unquote air pressure, right? So, I mean, aren't they required to get the jab? Oh,
Hold
that's
it.
right,
Hold
they
it.
are.
Stop right there. Stop
Oh,
it.
that's
Stop
strange.
it.
Well, that's an anomalous. That's an anomalous health
It is
incident.
indeed.
Emergency thought patrol. Emergency thought patrol.
Yeah, I was gonna say we should get to the videos, man, because we're gonna run out of time
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. So.
I mean, if we go over a few minutes, it's not a huge
Yeah, whatever.
deal,
But
yeah,
here's the first video.
yeah, we'll move on to
Men
videos,
always say how
guys.
women's soccer sucks. Then come to the field and try with us.
The Australian women's national team, who were ranked number 5 in the world at the time, lost 7-0 to a team of 15-year-old boys.
I just love how she responded. Awkward. Just that Aussie way. Awkward.
Yeah,
And
awkward.
and you heard that. They were at the time, they were the 5th best women's team in the world.
Yeah,
And a bunch of fucking 15-year-old mad lads just took them to town.
yeah. I mean, yeah. God damn it.
All right.
It's like,
next.
what was it about the tennis one? Right, the guy.
Yeah.
The 200th best men's
male-
tennis player.
Yeah.
He trains drinking beer, and he beat the top
Yeah.
women's contender.
Both
Yeah,
Serena
yeah.
Williams and
Both
Venus
of them.
Williams. Both of them
Yeah,
were some of
both
the
of them.
top. Serena
same
was
day.
number 1, and Venus was
Number 2 or 3.
No, she was
Yeah.
she was in the top 5 or 10, but still pretty impressive.
Yeah.
If you
Still
had
higher
24
ranked than
hours
them,
with me and I couldn't say no, what would we do?
Youngin', I'd tell you to get on the boat with your sister. We're going fishing, and we're going to have a little family meeting. We're going to set up some life goals for all of y'all. This is getting ridiculous. Y'all too pretty to need to get attention on on TikTok. Let's go.
Base.
Based Brandon.
Don't you want
Total
that guy as
basic,
like an
yeah.
uncle?
Dude, I would love for that to be. Yeah, exactly. I would love for that to be
You're
my
feeling
uncle
down,
some
or something went sideways, and
Yeah.
your parents are pissed, and he says, "Come on,
Yeah,
we're
dude.
going fishing."
shit. Come on.
And,
Yep.
and kind of that no judgment, just talking about what to do.
Yeah,
know?
take you fishing, give you your first beer when you're under 21. You
Yeah.
know what
That's
I mean? Like,
right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let
Yeah.
you know, yeah, you fucked up, but hey, we're here for you.
here's how we're gonna fix it. Here's how we're not gonna
Yep.
fuck up in the future. You know what I mean? Like, instead of being like, "You're such a piece of shit," whatever.
But
You know what I mean? Fucking perfect.
But we
yeah.
got another thought patrolled by Ricky, a man that we should protect at all costs.
That's right. At all costs.
At all costs.
Well, I've seen this one. Patrol.
I call it Ricky coming in clutch, man.
That's right. That's good. That's a good one. Yeah, little clutch pun. I like it.
Yep. And well, Ricky just having fun, man. I've discovered some of his memes, and he's hilarious.
Oh, he's brilliant. Yeah, the dude's a genius. Oh no. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Of course, he's eating it backwards.
Ricky Berwick, man.
He's so funny.
It's awesome.
But gentlemen, this man has discovered a way to prevent the theft of bicycles.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I made a
think I see where
bicycle
this is going. Let's
anti-theft
find out.
device. It has a butt recognition system. When the thief sat on it,
Oh shit.
No one's stealing your bike now, are they?
Well, only once.
That's
One
right.
person will steal it, and that'll be it. It'll be the end of that. No one's gonna try it again.
But speaking
That's
of
awesome,
crime, the classiest of robbers.
Oh, dude. All right, we'll talk about it after.
Thank you.
If you do me a favor,
Yes.
would you empty that till for me, please? Put it right here.
What do you mean?
Empty the till. Put your bills right here, because I'm robbing you, sir.
You sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Why do you want to do that?
Because I need the money. I've got kids that need to be fed, sir.
And
I know I am, sir. I realize that. And I really am sorry to have to do this. But I've got kids.
how about if I give you $40 and this is it?
Well, I can't do that, sir. I've got rent to pay, I've got bills, and the kids need to eat. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I really am sorry. And if I ever get back on my feet again, sir, I'll bring it back.
I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ.
God be with you.
Dude, right?
Thank you very much.
I feel so bad for this dude.
Yeah.
No, I feel bad for the dude behind the counter.
Yeah.
Like this.
I mean, obviously, it is shitty, but like, I totally feel bad for the dude doing it. Like, I believe him 100%.
I don't believe him.
That, like,
I don't believe him.
I do, dude. No. He's completely sincere and genuine here.
I don't fucking think so.
I think he really is. No, dude, he's
that
like
for a second, dude.
Well, I mean, who does that, right? Who does it that way? The only person who would do it that way is someone who actually like regrets their actions. He's just like, I can't think of a different way of doing this.
And criminals usually get sympathetic, or try to act sympathetic when things aren't going their way. He started with that, which is unusual.
He started off right. He started off being like, "Listen, I'm so sorry." Like,
is it possible that is his tactic? Sure. There also have been gentlemen bank robbers in the past, but they still are aggressive.
Sure. Right. Yeah. Exactly. You could tell he didn't even want to pull the gun out, really, and he just did. He wasn't pointing it at the guy. He just like, here it is, like
it exists.
I guarantee that dude would not have used that gun. That dude would not have used it. I can see it in his. I can't see it in his eyes, but I can see it like in his demeanor.
Why pull it out?
Because that's what you do during a robbery, right? Like, I mean, you can tell this guy hadn't actually done a robbery before.
Yeah, it's an unusual situation. But now let's get on to some chicken. Chicken?
Yeah.
Chicken.
It's an oldie but a goodie. I like it a lot.
Popeyes became a victim of its own advertising today. So many customers lined up for a big special. Some locations, including one in Penfield and the city, ran out of chicken. Tonight, customers were clucking their disapproval. Customers at the drive-thru heard this recorded message.
Sorry for the inconvenience, but we are all out of chicken and we are closed for the rest of the day. Thank you and have a blessed day.
One woman yelled back at the machine.
People have kids and they trying to feed for the special. And you mean to tell me
that about they be blessed? I ain't got no chicken.
Because y'all didn't order enough chicken. Y'all knew y'all was having this special almost 2 months ago. And that's wrong.
But no one was listening.
To hide a man.
Popeyes on Lake Avenue was closed by dinner time.
D-O.
Are you kidding me? I think that's bad because I'm sure hungry.
Yeah.
No chicken. No chicken? They just out of chicken.
I said I'm calling customer service now to see where there's another Popeyes at.
Yeah, they seem to be out of chicken today, so I'll just pick up a pizza. It's no big deal.
Other locations ran out too. $4.99 special, too good to pass up.
I just left Penfield Popeyes. They were out of chicken there, so I ran to the city to this one, and they're out too. This is ridiculous.
They should have had a stockpile chicken for this day.
They should have the tractor trailer out back with extra chicken on ice, you know?
Isn't there a McDonald's, like, right here? Yeah, I see it.
Maybe it was the economy that caused the rush on chicken. Customers felt duped.
You know, they put their advertisements on and then they don't show up for it.
I'm more disappointed than angry. You know, we've been looking forward to this day.
They advertising on national TV. How you gonna run out of chicken?
Special?
Yeah.
What's special?
That's all I have to say.
Everybody makes mistakes. You guys have a nice day, all right?
Angry customers there. Popeye says the franchise.
Classic.
Yep.
Yeah, that is a classic, dude. How old is that? It's got to be like, I don't know, like 10 or 15 years old?
2009.
9, yeah.
12,
so it's like 12
years old. God.
Yeah.
I remember 2009.
Yeah. Dude, I was 19. I couldn't even drink legally when this was
2009, 12 years ago, I was 16. I'd gotten my license.
Yeah.
And something from
All
John.
right, so what's this guy?
This is really funny.
Yeah. Slow turn, nice. Oh, he's looking right at him.
He just straight up flexed on this dude.
You know that guy. I'm gonna kill that poor, get in trouble.
Yeah.
But,
That's a perfect picture anyway.
Yeah. But what was it? I was gonna say, you know that guy went with his wife that had the phone go off, and you know he's mortified right now.
Oh yeah, I mean they're obviously high class enough to where they're sitting there watching some dude play classical violin, like
which can actually be quite enjoyable on the right circumstances.
Sure, yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean they're in a chateau with a chandelier and probably a long table. It
and
seems
wine.
like
Dude's got a
the appropriate setting.
suit on, yeah.
But now,
oh, here we go.
So, what are the rules, John? You're the one that came together on this.
Okay, so I think it's only fair that we each get 3 lives. This is a you laugh, you lose. But it is a dark edition. Actually, no, it's only 5.5 minutes long. I say we each get 2 lives. One life is impossible challenge. Oh my god.
Are we gonna close out with this?
Oh yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, this is yeah.
Let me know when to go, John.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, go ahead and go, man.
Mama, you'll never believe what happened.
Girl, you thicker than the bowl of oatmeal. Let me clap them cheeks.
Sorry, I like my men like I like my milk, not black.
That's all right. I like my women like I like my eggs. Beat the fuck up.
Oh!
Austin, you're on the air. Good morning. We're doing open phones.
Hi, am I on the air?
Yep.
Whew, that was close.
Fuck.
Thanks.
Oh, those are always big.
Yeah. Hey, this is Ryan. Hey, it's Brandon. 1, 2, 3. And we're gonna be pranking our roommate Kyle.
Got all the materials right here.
It's gonna be so good.
This is pretty cringe. But it's the 90s.
It is super cringe. Yeah, I love it already.
Here and one down here.
I might lose. If it's,
so It's come any second, dude.
Oh, shh.
Oh!
Dude!
Oh my god, that was so close.
Dude, he completely fell for it.
Oh! Oh!
Oh yeah.
That was
Dude, oh my god, that's so difficult.
On his face, dude.
Dude, he's gonna be so pissed when he finds out we killed him.
That was close, oh my god.
Did you know that 9 out of 10 kids play video games?
Oh no. Not Tetris.
I won! Radical! I won! We're from Gamer Mill!
He's got white rage.
But did you also know that video games
kill
cause violence?
No! What the heck, Stanley?
It's time to play. For real.
Wait, what? Doesn't even make sense. Like, how do you not kill him with the first brick? What kind of fucking...
Stop your child
did you?
from playing video games today.
Now that's a pro gamer move.
Oh god. Pro
It's
gamer
too
move.
late.
This one's trying too
That's
hard.
pretty good.
I used to have dark thoughts
Yeah,
and
it
hear
was trying too
screaming
hard.
voices in my head.
I
But
appreciate
thanks to
it. I
Mijjt,
laughed.
I feel completely pineapple.
1 pill a day, and I no longer have to tickle Fritz in my pants.
Just remember to bark at your doctor and make sure it's homosexual for you.
Mind Melter reacts to
That
proton
almost got me.
imbalances, allowing for an infinite amount
That
of side
almost
effects.
got me.
Other brands like Goliapin, Floopy Boopin, and
I'm
Hunky
smiling.
Doopy don't offer any effects. Health risks like crying
That's not
and
a laugh.
masturbating are encouraged, but are often unappealing to small women and large children. Avoid driving and large machinery if you are ugly and pregnant or risk double pregnancy. Remember to consult
Yeah,
your
fair.
prescription to see if the number 7 is right for you.
The Mind Melter life might change.
Millions of plebels use Mind Melvin
The time it taken Burger to behave the cable's way is the syntax error of 39 days. Caravan cable more days. Lighter than the last time you had cancer.
Pretty good.
Burger time is all the time.
Hey, it's Vince Offer here with my new product called the Sticky. You're gonna clean your home in a quickie when you use your Sticky. Now, here's the deal. It's a reusable lint roller and more. For furniture, food particles in the cabinets, debris on the stairs, and even use it in the car. And ladies, you always wanted to stick it to your husband. Now you can. Works on all fabrics, from wool to velvet. Problem with that shedding pussy? Pick up cat hairs from clothes. Or use Sticky on the leftover dog hairs on the sofa. Or even Sticky your pets before they shed. It's made of a special silicone, so with a little water, the dirt comes right off. It's slippery when wet, sticky when dry. Check this out. Stop wasting $100 a year on paper lint rollers. And for those unwanted guests...
Hey, Vince! Oh, you're playing with your Sticky. I'm sorry.
When you order the Sticky, you get the little Sticky. Great for on the go. Get rid of dandruff for that first date. Or lint for that important business meeting. Use Sticky anytime, any place, and with anyone. Sticky makes you look your best. Even for those unforgettable moments.
Oh,
you're gonna like the little Sticky, but you're gonna
love
the big
Sticky. Yeah.
For bigger messes like dust bunnies under the bed. Or picking up after the kids. Clean up kitty litter and loose hairs in the bathroom. Great for cobwebs or curtains and other hard-to-reach places. You can do multiple surfaces. You don't have to go from vacuum to broom. A penny stickied is a real penny earned. Hair hides deep in the carpet, but with the special brush attachment, the Sticky grabs the hairs that the vacuum just can't get. You don't want this stuff in your carpet, guys. So you get the Sticky and the little Sticky for $19.95.
Awesome.
Call now within the next 20 minutes because we can't do this all day. You're gonna get the big
I don't
Sticky
think
absolutely
so. I mean, it
free.
looks
Just
like
pay
it's
for
a commercial
processing.
that I
Comes with a
want to buy
10-year warranty.
now.
It's $3 for $19.95. Here's how to
Fucking
order.
awesome.
Call 1-800-993-0983. That's
Yeah, dude, go buy the Sticky. That's
1-800-993-0983.
awesome.
Call now and get the big Sticky absolutely free. That's 1-800-993-0983. Call now.
What? Kind of want that now. All right, well that's that.
Not quite. I've got a bit of a what call it a bonus
Oh,
meme, but something that's
more?
that's wholesome.
Okay, bonus meme. Aw.
I've got a
That is
feeling
true.
that Mijjt has this conversation on occasion with his wife.
Yeah, I like that.
Well, to be honest, I hide my power level pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. We probably don't even see a fraction of it here on the show.
No, certainly not. Certainly not.
Let's get back to the chatting screen, boys.
This is not even my true form.
Right. I'm only at 1% of my power.
Right, I'm only at 1% of my true power.
So let's we should acknowledge the chat for a few minutes because they've been kind of busy over here.
Yes.
We've been ignoring the hell out of them. So what do we got? Let's see.
They've been watching along with us. Let's see. I think that Highleaf lost where was it that he lost his life? I forget.
He said
it was,
a life with a phone call, dude.
Yes. And then J. Edgar saw the Chinese commercial for Mind Melter and liked what he saw. For sure. Well, I hope that everyone enjoyed tonight's proceedings. I rather did. And so I think it's worth our time maybe to show up again next week. Hopefully.
Yeah, I think I could stand you guys for at least one more week.
I hope so.
I mean, I'm probably going to stand you guys for longer, but also, if you don't show up, I might go get the van.
Well, I'll try and avoid that happening then.
Yeah, but,
I don't mind. Yeah, neither do I. This seems fun. Maybe we can talk about fun stuff and talk shit. And maybe even, I don't know. I hope everyone enjoyed themselves. I did.
For sure. So, guys, make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
Naturally,
please.
Yeah, of course.
Do that.
And make sure to follow us on Twitter, or more specifically, John on Twitter at Porch Bois.
That's right.
Our Discord link is down below, where you'll find the three of us memeing, being dank in our little corner of the internet. And just,
right.
generally trying to not go insane. You can support the show by buying us a coffee at under Porch Bois, where you can get awesome prizes.
Right. Go check out the perks.
Yep. So, no. Thank you all for joining us tonight. I'm probably going to steal this from, I don't know if Steven does this, but I'm going to steal something that kind of from Steven. Thought of a nice little verse from the Bible to end us out on. Psalm 139:12. Even the darkness is not dark to you, and the night is as bright as the day. Darkness and light are alike to you. Keep the hope, boys. We'll see the end of this tunnel.
I hope you're right.
Yeah.
I enjoyed myself, you guys. I hope you guys have a good night, and I'm sure we'll catch up to everyone next week. Appreciate y'all joining us here on our porch.
All right, see you guys.
Good night to you all, and good luck out there.